Hi there and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole and today we'll be previewing this coming Saturday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, which is the 29th of June, Rowant Day. It will be a massive day, with 8 races and some 80 horses expected to compete the week prior to the commencement of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival, which of course gets underway on the 6th of July. So let's get stuck into it. The first on the card is the BTC Constructions Handicap. It's a 0 to 70 event over 1600 metres. It is time to jump at 1:07 p.m. and in this 6-horse field, my numbers are 1, 4 and 6. Going up the top here with number 1, Boom Boom Sweet from the Kerry Petrick stable, Paul Denton aboard. He raced here just a week ago and finished 4th behind Son of Bilski. That was over 1300 metres. The step up to the mile is what he wants. He was only beaten 6 lengths the other day and Son of Bilski won by nearly 4, so wasn't a bad run. Got him on top here, number 1 to beat number 4, Fortis Enamus. Trudy Thornton back from Queensland for the second week running. She takes the mount here for Neil Dyer. Last start winner at Gawler. Formerly trained, of course, by Michael Hickmott. Raced here last year during the Carnival, Fortis Enamus. Didn't fire really on that occasion, but he's back again. Got him in to run second. And in for third, number 6, A Big Chance. Racing well for Chris Pollard. Tommy Doyle takes the mount here. He's up in grade. He's been going around in 0 to 58s his last 2, so he's up to a 0 to 70. But I've got him in the mix to run third. My numbers here are 1, 4 and 6. Race 2 is the first division of the 0 to 58. It's over the 1200 metres, and this one the Britain Racing Handicap. Numbers here 3, 9 and 1. Capistan on top for me, number 3, Gary Clark Trains, Aaron Sweeney aboard. Third when resuming here on the 8th of June. That was behind Chic and Mix It, only beaten a length and a half. Hit the line solidly over the 1100. The 1200 suits better. I think Capistan's a big chance on the day. 3 on top to beat number 9, Over the Page We Go, and that is Travanti from the stable of Kevin Lamprick. Janis Luxemon aboard, drawn the 1 gate. Didn't mind its run here the other day behind Chic and Mix It. Finished 4th, only beaten 1.9, so putting it into run second. And my third selection is number 1, the Stiffmeister. Jade Hampson for Tayan Halter. Fresh up, hasn't had a run since the 19th of April, but raced really well last campaign, including a couple of wins, and in a fresh state should perform with credit. Numbers in the second are 3, 9 and 1. We go to the third, the second division of the 58, this also over the 1200. The Rowant New Horse Scales Handicap is the race name. Numbers here 5, 4 and 2. Extreme Emotion, Clark and Todd this time. Jared Todd rides for Gary. And Extreme Emotions only had the 3 starts in Darwin for 2/3 and a win 2 starts back. Last start third was a good effort behind Moorestown, and that was on the 11th of May. So it had a little break before this assignment. And from an inside gate, should be very hard to beat number 5. Ahead of number 4, To The Point, Chloe Baxter trains. Stan Sakos in the saddle this week. Was second here on the 15th of June. That was a really good run behind Lucky Fortuna. Beaten about 4 lengths, but that was the first up run and did a good job. Got it into run second. And for third, number 2, Witten. Been freshened up since last racing on Anzac Day. Finished third on that occasion behind the smart Disarmer. Emma Lyons for Phil Cole. Numbers in the third are 5, 4 and 2. We go to the fourth, the Darwin Family Law Handicap. Another 1200 metre event. This for the 0 to 66 sprinters. And my numbers here are 1, 6 and 11. Hallowed ground for me, number 1. Neil Dyer trains. Stan Sakos rides. Has a good record at the trip, 8 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third. And it's only had the 1 start in Darwin and finished 4th. Beaten just under 4 lengths behind Rising Sphere. That was the 8th of June. Should be improved by that. That was 1100. This 1200 should suit him better. Number 1, Hallowed Ground for me. Ahead of 6, Perkova. Jasper Franklin. Good to see young Jasper riding here in Darwin. He's up here with a horse trained by Peter Roble. Peter's his master, and he has his first ride in Darwin on Saturday aboard Perkova. Claims the 2 kilos. Perkova been racing well in Alice Springs and Tennant Creek recently. The last 2 runs it's been placed 4th and 3rd behind Dakota Lee and Desert Lass. So that's pretty good form for a race of this nature. So Perkova in to run second, number 6. And my third selection, as we go over the page, is number 11, Lucky Fortuna. Won here a fortnight ago for Heather and Graham Lehman. Going up in grade, sure. That was a 58 last time, so up to the 66 here. But Emma Lyons takes the mount, will claim 1.5 kilos. And Lucky Fortuna was good winning last time and should race well again. So numbers in the fourth are 1, 6 and 11. We go to the fifth, the On Fire Racing Handicap, this over the 1100 for the 0 to 62 sprinters. And my numbers here are 10, 1 and 5. 10 on top here, a newcomer to Darwin, Polarising. trained by Tom Logan. Sonia in the saddle. Pretty good form in Queensland. This horse won at the Sunshine Coast 4 starts back. Last start was second on the synthetic at the Gold Coast. That was over 1,200 metres. That was on the 27th of April. Just had some pretty good form lines, I believe, polarising. So we'll take a risk and put it on top at its first start in Darwin. Ahead of number 1, Dummy Spit. Second here last week behind the impressive Conclave Prince. Andrew Purdon, good to see Andrew with a winner last week with Fabergé Czar, and Stan Sakos aboard Dummy Spit. Think he can race well again. In for third, number 5, Halivit. Kerry Petrick and Paul Dent in the combo. 2 wins out of his last 3 starts in Alice Springs, and back here in Darwin over this sprint trip. Drawn barrier 2 should be there or thereabouts. Numbers in race 5 are 10, 1 and 5. We go to the 6th, the JSM Civils Handicap, 1,000 metre sprint here for the 0 to 76 gallopers. Numbers are 3, 10 and 1. Rising Sphere, Jared Todd and Gary Clark, the combination. They could be in for another good day, the leading trainer and jockey. Drawn the 1 gate, last start here on the 8th of June, when from an inside gate on that occasion, got the chocolates, beating Star Magnum by a length and a half. He's going down in trips, probably the only question mark I would have. That was 1,100 last time, back to the 1,000. But that said, he's a year older, he's a year stronger, and he was good when resuming. I've got him on top to go back to back. In for second, number 10, Canton Kid. First up here, hasn't raced since February. Gary LaFoe trains, Jade Hampson in the saddle. He won 2 during the carnival last year in the mid-grades, and then just had that 1 run since in February and put away and brought back, so has had a trial. We'll put him in to run second, and in for third, number 1, Lumber Punk, newcomer to the Clark stable. Mark Pegas takes the mount here. Drawn barrier 3. Won at Moonee Valley 3 starts ago, this horse, so that's pretty good form, and in between times finished 5th in a decent race at Echuca. So we'll give Lumber Punk the top weight a chance here. Numbers in race 6 are 3, 10 and 1. We go to the 7th, the Top End Structures Maiden. Over the 1,300 metres, the maidens go around here. We've already had a scratching. Number 1, Dartboard, won't be going around. But my numbers here are 12, 9 and 5. Valcur for me, number 12. Heather Lehman trains. Aaron Sweeney aboard. Got an awkward draw to overcome, unfortunately, but the 1,300 does allow a good run down the back straight before the first bend. 6th here a week ago behind He's Maverick. Only beaten 3.2 lengths on that occasion. Wasn't a bad run. Just got tired the last bit after having to do some work. With a softer run in transit, I think can get the chocolates here. Number 12, Valcur. Ahead of number 9, Rank and File, the visitor from Alice Springs. Carol Hunter trains, Casey Hunter rides. Only had the 1 start in the territory, finished 4th in Alice Springs on the 1st of June. That was behind Prancing in the Rain. I didn't mind its run at all, beaten about 6 lengths, should be improved by that, and the trip of 1,300 should suit better. And then for third, number 5, Nassau County, Jared Todd for Gary Clark. Pretty consistent galloper. Last start was maybe a little on the disappointing side. That was 1,600, drops back to the 1,300, and I think will be seen to advantage. Numbers in the 7th are 12, 9 and 5. As we go to the last, the feature, the $30,000 Tab Rowant Gold Cup. Always a great race, the Rowant Cup, and looking forward to this year's renewal. And my numbers here, 5, 1, 6 and 8. Going here with the informed Wolfburn for Clark and Todd. He's won his last 2, Anzac Day, then the 25th of May. Hasn't raced for 5 weeks. That's why I think the 1,300 metres will suit him. He's probably wanting to go further shortly, and probably will in a fortnight in the Chief Minister's Cup. But Wolfburn on top for me. He's doing everything right, and a live chance at the Darwin Cup. Of course, he finished 3rd in the event last year. In for second, number 1, Noirdaroo, the winner of this event last year. Is trained, of course, by Jason Manning, Vanessa Arnott in the saddle. He's had a pipe opener for this. He finished 6th behind Spaceship over 1,200 metres last time. That was on the 15th of June. Only beaten 4.7, and he's a top-class galloper, carries the 63.5, but look for him to be getting home solidly at the end of this 1,300. In for third, number 6, He's the Ultimate. Good to see him back on course for Chloe Baxter. Of course, 5th in the Darwin Cup last year and won the metric mile. Had a leg issue in between times, but did trial here just last week and trialled nicely. Jade Hampson aboard from the 1 gate. And my 4th selection, number 8, Hettinger. Neil Dyer and Aaron Sweeney, the combo. 4th last start in the Alice Springs Cup, and of course raced well here during the carnival last year. Numbers in the feature, 5, 1, 6 and 8. Best bet on what's a really tough day and a really good day. Race 8, number 5, Wolfburn. I think he can win this and go forward to the Chief Minister's Cup with some confidence. He's going to have some good opposition as he goes through the carnival, but I think the Rowent Cup's right at his mercy. So race 8, number 5, Wolfburn. Well, the best roughies in race 7, number 11, Lean On Me. Kerry Petrick trains. I like the way this horse hit the line here last start. So race 7, number 11, Lean On Me, the best roughie on the day. That wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again next week for the start of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival. 8 big days of racing upcoming, of course, and that'll be a highlight fixture next week, of course, the running of the DCOH Darwin Guineas on day 1. Until then, good luck and good punting.